Why read the news when you can watch it? Introducing SKN Newsline, the Federation's only online TV news platform. SKN Newsline is an online TV news platform covering news in St. Kitts and Nevis. You can watch SKN Newsline on our website, www.sknnewsline.com, or Facebook page at www.fb.com/SKN Newsline. SKN Newsline, your world, your news.
But I have advised the Governor General, and he has agreed, and the writs will be issued, that election day will be 18th of December.
It has been confirmed, election day to elect a new Nevis Island Assembly is set for December 18th. Premier Vance Amory announced Thursday night in Nevis that he has asked the Governor General, in conjunction with the new leader of his Concerned Citizens Movement, CCM, Mr. Mark Brantley, to dissolve the Assembly and for nomination day to be on Monday, December 11th.
Nomination day would be the 11th day of December.
Political pundits and the opposition Nevis Reformation Party, the NRP, had suspected that the elections would have been called before the end of the year, although they were constitutionally due in April of next year. In an interview early this year with SKN Newsline, NRP leader Joseph Parry expressed confidence that his party would topple the incumbent Concerned Citizens Movement.
When we got into government, when we got back into government in 2006, we set about building on what we had. But of course, we were knocked about by the hurricane and by the recession. But we were still able to save the Four Seasons Hotel, which was damaged by the hurricane and which had some financial challenges. We represented with the help of the government in St. Kitts, and we were able to restore the Four Seasons Hotel. And that was a major achievement. We also brought Brownhill Communications, and as we said, we did a number of things to stabilize the country.
Premier Amory stepped down as leader of the CCM and handed over the leadership of the party to his deputy, Mark Brantley. Mr. Brantley, at the party convention in October, expressed a willingness to involve Nevisians of all persuasions to support the CCM and get supporters who are on the fence to be decisive in their support for the party.
Some of us have allowed ourselves to become trapped in that horrible disease of measuring ourselves against others, of watching what others are getting or not getting, of wanting all for ourselves. Many of us feel that the role of politics is to enrich supporters rather than to build a country. Many argue not that they have not received benefits, but that they have not received enough. Some are engaged fully in the private sector, but have criticized the CCM government to say that they have not cashed a government check. Some have engaged in open attacks on their own CCM ministers and cabinet members, and have supported the plans of the enemy by gossip and innuendo, while still proclaiming that they're CCM. This has to stop.
The CCM won the 2013 Nevis Island elections, 3 seats to the NRP's 2, after the then Premier, Joseph Parry, called snap elections. The NRP won the 2011 elections, but was dragged before the court by the CCM for alleged voter irregularities in the St. John's constituency. They argued that names were arbitrarily removed from the voters list without due process. The NRP argued that it had followed protocol and that the names were legally removed. The court found that the process was wanton, which led to the resignation of then Supervisor of Elections Leroy Benjamin and Registration Officer Bernadette Lawrence. Instead of calling a by-election in the St. John's constituency, Mr. Parry called a full island election, with his party lost to the CCM. All eyes will be on this election to see whether the CCM has done enough to deserve another term, or whether the NRP can prize power from their opponent's new leader, Mark Brantley. SK Newsline will provide full and comprehensive coverage of the 2017 Nevis Island elections. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.